Nice, you got a bigger angle out of it. That's what you get when you buy a cheap Harbor Freight Dremel. That's the color converters. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. This is part 3 of the Kawasaki 750 build. My brother is here today to help me weld the frame back in. We've already got a head start. Got the piece of frame grinded off the paint. It's prepped for welding. Doing the same thing on the bike as well. Getting those edges prepped for welding. And I'm gonna set up my tripod and get this thing going. My brother here is working on tacking the frame in place. Alright guys, so we've got this thing tacked in here. This is what it looks like. A couple of tacks holding it. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of rags, get them nice and wet. We're going to cover some of this area up because when he welds, the spark certainly flies off and I don't want it to damage any of the paint or melt anything else. So first step, I need to take the saddlebag off. There's 2 bolts holding it right here. I'm going to pop the saddlebag off so we can tilt the bike. We're going to lay the bike down so he can get under there and put a nice solid bead under the frame.
Yeah, the bottom frame, this right here is no problem. I can get it from here, but this one right here, I mean, I can get, but I need to really put my head in there so I can look what I'm doing behind it. So that therefore it has to be like tilt down, at least put it to 45 degree. That's gonna be enough.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll get it. Piece of cake.
Okay. First step, let's go ahead and get this saddlebag off.
Oh, that was easy.
Oh yeah. Alright, so we've got the saddlebag off. Now I want to pull this plastic, what's it called? Radiator cover. That's right here. This guy right here is going to get pulled off. There's a couple of 10 mil bolts. I'm going to take this reservoir off, just zip ties holding it. I'll pull the cover off just because he's going to be welding this area right here.
You don't want to
and I don't want to melt anything. So let's go ahead and get that off. Okay, I also want to disconnect the battery just because we're welding and everything. I don't want any shorts or anything like that, blowing any fuses, so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the battery. Just like that. Alright, so next step is going to be pretty fun. We need to find a way to lay this sucker over on the side. And I'm kind of, I don't know, worried and scared at the same time, I'd say. Because it's, I don't want to break anything, so I want to find a way to kind of lay it down. So that's going to be fun. But we'll figure it out in just a minute.
It's not.
Exhaust.
Okay, get the jack stand, and we're gonna try to put it like, where's your jack stand? Like slide all the way out. Okay, now that's one. Now we need to find it What is leaking?
That's just reservoir.
Oh.
Coolant.
So let's find it.
No, wiesz, na pusty zejście, więc.
Okay.
That's it?
Let me see. Oh yes. I can get some from here, from there.
Alright. That's as much angle as we're gonna get out of this. So
That's good enough. That should be good enough.
So that's what we got going on. We got a jack stand right there, right on the frame. This is the angle that it's at. It's like, so now on this side, you can see we've got plenty of room.
Yeah,
to
now I
get
can
under
get
there
from the bottom and get it.
and get it all welded.
Is that thing supposed to be secured somewhere?
It's going to be secured to the frame once you weld it in.
Okay,
It's going to
gotcha.
be zip tied to it. So
Okay. Cause see, I'm
we've got
afraid.
some wet rags.
I'm afraid if you're gonna try to
No.
actually look, you can actually even hold it for me if I need more of an angle. That's cool.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna get damaged.
No.
Should I put a rag like this around this rubber the bolt, or should we take this bolt off?
Oh, you put it like this around this line. I think that'll be good.
Okay. Where else? Nice. You got a bigger angle out of it.
Look at that.
Alright guys, so my big bro here, man, I'm so happy we got this thing welded. So he got pretty much everything welded all the way around.
Yeah,
this side not so much, but I'm gonna have to spend some time with like a Dremel or something cleaning these welds, making it look pretty. And then, like I mentioned earlier,
Take the welding bead off completely, you know, because you got.
yeah, I'm gonna grind it down a little bit, but then I'm gonna use the caliper paint, the black caliper paint for brakes, like the one that used here, and a chemical brush, and paint over it so it doesn't rust, and that should be fine.
Yep.
All right, so I want to get this done, assemble everything, and take it for a spin. I can't wait to go ride it. Well, that's not good. That's what you get when you buy a cheap Harbor Freight Dremel. What I am working on now is I want to organize these cables right here, these wires, and then I'm gonna run to the store, get some paint, clean this up a little bit more, and paint it up. As far as everything goes, we're pretty much done. So let me just go ahead and button up these wires, make them look pretty. Alright, so that's about it for now. Next, what I'm doing is I'm going to run to the store, get some paint, and go ahead and paint the weld spots, and then I want to assemble everything else back together, and then we're going to go for a little ride. Now, I haven't registered this thing, so we can't go on the street, but I will go right around the neighborhood real quick and see how she runs. Alright, so I got a chemical brush right here, and I got some of this dupli-color caliper paint. I actually had some at home. I didn't even have to go to the store. I checked my cabinet there and I had some. So it looks like brand new. I've never even opened it yet. So we're gonna use this and paint over the weld spots. Alright, so I got it all painted. Came out really good. I mean, from here you can't even tell that it's ever been welded. And the paint dries and it's gonna look good. So I'm happy. I'm gonna wait about 20-30 minutes for it to dry before I start assembling everything, just so I don't touch the wet paint. I'm gonna let it cure. Got the battery hooked up. I'm gonna go ahead and put the seat in. I'm gonna secure the seat already. Saddlebags are tight and on. I've just got, I think this one has all the parts in it. Yeah, this one has the foot peg and the kickstand and the gear lever and all that. So I'm just gonna wait for it to cure and assemble everything, and we're gonna go for a spin. Okay, going to install the kickstand and the kickstand switch. That, and now for the foot peg. Next is the clutch cable. Like that. Perfect. Now the gear lever. gear shifter lever. Alright, I'm gonna try it on. Try it, see how it feels. Try it one more time. That's it. That's the one. Actually, it's all done. Everything's buttoned up. About to go for a quick test drive. It's not liking something. Maybe it's too cold still. Nope. My fuel was off. There it is. Well, let this be a lesson for you guys. Make sure your fuel padlock is on. Sorry, I was afraid that I might have to adjust the clutch. The only thing I really had to adjust was the foot pad, I mean the shifter, and that's about it. All right, so I'm really happy with the way this thing rides now. She feels great. Goes through the gears just fine. No leaks. I didn't see anything leaking from the drive. It doesn't overheat. Holds the temperature good. The fan kicks on. So I mean, she sounds good. It's kind of ran funny in the beginning because my fuel was shut off, so it was starving. As soon as I turned it back on, it cranked up and it ran fine. So big shout out and big thanks to my big brother Paul, who helped me weld this frame back in. Everything looks good here. I didn't have any black zip ties, just used what I had to zip tie the cables and everything out of the way. But yeah, she's pretty sound. Super happy. So I'm gonna end it off for this video. I know I talked about getting a new tire. Tire hasn't come in yet, so I'll make a part 3.5. We'll call it part 4, where I want to polish this tank. There's some scratches on here. I don't know. Let me wipe this off real quick, but it's kind of hard to see. But there are a bunch of little scratches, so I'm going to be using some compound and some polishing paste, and I want to polish it out, make it shine. Mostly the tank, the front fender, and then I don't know, we'll see what I can do about the rear fender. Maybe I need to take some of this stuff off, take the light off here and get under there and get it polished the best I can. These side covers as well, I want to throw some paint on these bolts because they're a little rusty, just to clean it up a little bit, make it a little bit more presentable. But my end goal is to sell this thing. I bought it, you know, with the problem of it not charging the battery, and on these bikes it's a pretty big issue to where if you take it to the shop, they're gonna tell you they need to pull the motor out, right? Because the frame is in the way. You can't take that side cover off to get to the stator, so it's a big job. Pulling the motor on this thing it's not an easy job. So I did what I had to do, cut the frame. We got it welded on. It's really strong in there. It ain't never gonna fall off. So and yeah, my brother welded it all the way around too. So I'm really happy, man. I'm so happy. I'm going to get this thing registered. I'm going to ride it for a while, and then list it for sale and see if I can sell it. But yeah, I still need to order a new tire for the rear, at least for the rear, and I want to polish it up and make it detailed, clean it up a little bit. But that's about it. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to leave a like. Please subscribe to my channel, and share it if you want. And y'all have a blessed day. Peace.